Hi there, it's Eric Frostad-Thomas, and today I'm going to be talking to you about mangabeys, specifically the genus of Lophosebus. Alrighty, so the topics that I'm going to discuss with you today, first I'm going to give you a brief overview of Lophosebus mangabey, its habitat, the geographical range, as well as some of the conservation efforts. I'm going to be touching on its diet as well as the feeding behavior, and then we'll go into the social and mating system a little bit, and we'll finish up with the evolutionary standout of the Lophosebus mangabey. Alrighty, so Lophosebus species are arboreal. This is different from the other species of mangabey, which are semi-terrestrial. So Lophosebus are exclusive to trees only, and the only time that they go on land is to forage in swampy area. And when they do so, they are quadrupedal. These mangabeys are often referred to as baboon mangabeys or crested mangabeys. And in fact, gray crested mangabeys are in the same family and tribe as baboons and mandrills. So this species differs from the Cercospis mangabeys, as they are semi-terrestrial, as I said earlier. So these primates are just exclusive to the treetops. And when they are on land, it's usually for travel if they need to, or for foraging. Their tails are twice as long as their bodies. This helps them navigate through dense forest, find food, get away, and other things as well. So here are two pretty good pictures of the Lophosebus or crested mangabey. That's the black-cheeked, and this is the gray-cheeked. All right, so going into the habitat and its geographical range. Like I said, most of these monkeys spend most of their time in trees. If it's not dense forest, depending on the season, sometimes it'll be swampy forest. So yeah, it's mainly trees, or if it's not, dense forest, it will be some sort of forest with swamp integrated because of a season that's, producing less fruits or something like that. As far as distribution goes, the gray-cheeked mangabey is found from Cameroon all the way to South Gabon. The black-crested mangabey is found in Angola as well as the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The Ugandan mangabey is obviously native to Uganda. The Johnston mangabey is native to the DRC as well, and including Rwanda and Burundi. And last, the Osman Hill mangabey is found in southeastern Nigeria and extending all the way to Batory district in southeastern Cameroon. All right, so a little bit in, touching on conservation. These animals are considered endangered. Lophosebus albigena, which is the gray-crested, and Lophosebus aterimus, I hope I'm saying that right, is the black-crested mangabey, and both of them are indeed on the Convention of International Trade Endangered Species Board as Appendix 2 Class B. This basically means that the capturing and killing requires permission, and they are looked after in that sense and are somewhat protected. There are several reserves also that protect the forestry and a lot of the habitat that they're in, but most of their evolutionary problem arises in deforestation and human involvement. So, okay, going into diet and the eating behavior of Lophosebus. So specifically, the black-cheeked diet consists mainly of things like seeds, leaves, fruits, flowers, and nuts. Mangabeys also consume nectar for energy during certain months. They will eat potatoes and maize as well. And the gray-crested are documented to eat ants and worms, caterpillars, larvae, but mainly their diet is dominated by fruit and veggies. Mangabeys also have these cheek pouches that help them hoard food. Here's a quick video to demonstrate that. So you'll see here on the left side of this black-crested, there's a large pouch that's hanging from its cheek. And this is basically to reduce competition, possible competition for food. You can put it in these pouches and move to a place that's safer to eat. Okay, anyways, so Lophosopus will actually go to neighboring farms for food sometimes, and this is one of the reasons for killing their species. Workers in crop fields will go and kill these monkeys because they are stealing the crops, and that is a large problem in terms of maintaining their numbers. Okay, their incisors are particularly large, and they have flat molars. This allows them to open up seeds and nuts, even though they're maybe too tough on the surface. They can also chew bark off of trees and inspect for little insects and spiders. And then this part got cut off, but fluctuations in fruiting, like I said before, can cause crested mangabeys more pressure, and this makes them shift their diet. So during periods of low fruit abundance, they will spend more time in swampy areas traveling for food, and they will also shift their diet towards something different that's not mainly consisting of fruit. All right, on to their social and mating system. So both sexes of the Lophosopus mangabey are structured by a dominance hierarchy, and this is centered around obviously an alpha male and an alpha female in their respective groups. The higher your status is within the group of females, the higher your food intake, and the easier it is to forage for food. And on the male side, the higher your opportunities are for reproduction as you go up in dominance status level. The season for mating is May through September, and around this, males will emit really, really loud calls, and specifically predominantly this is done by the higher ranking dominant males. They're seen more making these calls. Also, some of these high ranking individuals will mate guard, and in some cases they've been documented to be aggressive even to other females. There are some cases of juvenile aggressiveness, but it's not crazy common within their species. And lower ranking males are known to roam to other populations if they find that their chances of reproducing within theirs is not so good. Bottom line, the largest takeaway with their mating system is, if you want reproductive success, you need to establish yourself as a higher ranking within the dominance hierarchy, at least for males. Okay, so to finish up, the Lophosopus genus of the mangabey is a highly efficient and adaptable primate. It's got a prehensile tail, which enables it to hold on to things, trees, other organisms, food, you name it. Their ability to manipulate their food source and appetite and maintain their health is pretty amazing. during seasons that aren't so good for fruit, they will shift their diet towards a seed-heavy or a leaf-heavy or an insect-heavy diet to compensate for that loss of energy from the fruit. The Lophosaurus species is a complex and successful kind of primate, and their availability of having a cheek pouch and their ability to store food and go to a place that's safer makes them stand out as well when compared to other primates. I'd like to point out that though this is a very highly adaptive organism, I believe that stricter regulatory measures should be in place for the killing of these animals, especially by crop workers, because in all my research, that is the largest and most repeated thing among its evolutionary threats. Alrighty, that's it. Thank you for listening. Again, my name is Eric Frostad-Thomas, and this was the Lophosaurus mangabey.